there's always studies done that show that working with an investment, obviously I'm biased, but working with an investment advisor, most of the people do better because I always tell people, it's a pride. I want to do as good as I can for my clients. However, it's not my money. I don't have this emotional tie to the money. So I've in past podcasts discussed how people have a tendency to sell at the bottom and they buy at the top. They sell at the bottom because the news, it looks horrible, and they buy at the top because it looks euphorically good.
Right.
And that's why people have poor returns. And I've seen it over and over again. So well, let's go back to 08 and 09. That was it could have been a depression, but it wasn't. It was the Great Recession.
Right.
Who knows why? Some people would give Ben Bernanke credit for that, and I probably would too. But how did you sit through that and watch? I'm assuming you watched your assets go down.
I did. I mean, we saw them go down, but they had appreciated enough that it wasn't worth selling them. Andrea and I know someone who did do the panic and sold, out of their 401k, and they just found himself at retirement age still having to work because he reacted to the market unfavorably, and it just didn't work out for him. And it's all like, no, you just, I'm like, don't do it. It's like, well, and it's like, it's going to be at its highest. So like, it's going to recover, but you can tell people, but they don't know. And you don't know. I mean, you honestly don't know. From where I'm sitting here right now, it's 2024, and we had the Great Depression in, what was that, 29. So we haven't had one in 100 years.
Right.
And that's what spooked everybody. Well, we're due for one. It's like, why do you think that? You know what I mean?
There's always the big scary thing out there. There's always a big scary thing that's going to keep people from doing the wrong thing at the wrong time, or keeping people on the sidelines.
Yeah. But it's not like we've had 2 or 3. We've had one Great Depression. It's the likelihood of having another Great Depression
or Great Recession.
Yeah.
In our lifetime.
Well, we can have great recessions, but Great Depression is one thing, and I think most people just immediately just thought, oh, this is the end. This is the end. It's time to go jump off the buildings like they did. And it's like, we don't have it. There's no historical basis for you to be that panicky. Yeah. Is it going to go down? Right. It is. But, after the Great Depression, the Fed stepped in and tried to do a lot of things to prevent something like that from ever happening again.
Right. I remember that sell-off in 87. I was young, but it just sold off in a vacuum. The markets did. And it was back to higher than it was prior to the sell-off in a year and a half. But so I remember these events in 08, 09, and then the COVID sell-off, and now we are at new all-time highs.
Right.
But you've obviously got to be in the correct assets. You can't be in the wrong stuff and expect to make money. So that's what's huge, is being able to pick the proper assets or the proper asset mix.